I throw into the fire anything that prevents me from connecting to you. Purify our hearts to serve you sincerely, to express your will with no separate motive of our own. For although we serve you, it is only to enable you to bring us close, to make your name known and partake in delight of the one. For there is no greater good, no sweeter pleasure than to reunite and merge with the ultimate good and highest love. We trust you to guide us, but not in order to give us what we want, but to teach us to want the things you want us to have, for the reasons you want us to want them and want us to have them. Not sure how to properly phrase this, but there's a lot of energy that's been coming through. And I think everyone's dealing with this energy in some way, shape, or form. For some people, it's like food, temptations for food, just cravings, like I need it. For some people, it's money and greed and things. For some people, it's, smoking, drinking, whatever it might be. Everyone has like this, like, gnawing, like, I need this, where your body's like moving towards it, and like you're like almost like programmed, going against programming to try to get away from it. And you can't white knuckle through that stuff. You can't white knuckle through not eating the cake, through not doing whatever it is, right? It's not something that you could white knuckle, because you'll white knuckle your whole life. That's really, really powerful energy that we need to be able to find a way to cultivate, that I need to find a way to cultivate and to perceive differently, clearly, and provided a proper outlet, because that's a lot of really powerful energy. And if instead of allowing it to take me, if I'm able to direct it, I don't even know what's going to happen. I don't even know if I could properly tune into this energy and give it the right expression. Who knows? But it's a lot. It's very strong energy, and it has a lot of power to be able to take over you. And you can't white knuckle that. It has to be channeled. I have to channel it, and I have to direct it consciously. I have to be its tamer. It's got to be my horse, and I got to freaking tell it where to go. This is a really powerful concept that I'm trying to wrap my head around. And it comes from a book, Getting to Know Yourself, by an unnamed author. That's how you know it's a holy, holy soul. But it says that the inner force of a soul is the will. And think about everything that drives me, right? It's my will. And right now, what am I willing into existence, right? I willed superficial pleasures, food, cars, substances, silliness, like a bunch of whatever stuff, and some very contaminated things as well throughout my existence on this earth. And to this day, I'm still very far from a perfect being. So I'm taking a very powerful will, a force of something that's incredibly pure and just ridiculously powerful and strong, to the point that it's able to just boom, come into reality and create things and make things happen. If you're ever a pothead and you ran out of weed and you're looking for weed, dude, you will put that weed into reality. That will just boom, boom, boom. It'll find a way. And what you're doing is taking a very, very powerful force and contaminating it into an impure outlet, superficial, impure. At the worst, I was just fracturing it and spreading it thin. At the best, I was fracturing it and spreading it thin. At the worst, I was actually contaminating it fully. And, still through certain things, continue to contaminate it fully. So it can be, and is in its purest sense, an incredibly potent, colossal, pure, holy, whole force that just I've been putting out there, and it's been contaminated, fractured, and spread thin. And if I cut all those things off, that is, spreading it thin, if I cut all those things off and I bring that will back into itself, think about the incredible force that I'll have within me if I'm able to alchemize this willpower. If I can actually bring it all the way back to its rawest, purest form, it's just going to be pure, true, whole, strong, powerful life force in its raw form. And then I could channel it into good, pure, amazing things, and who knows where that will take me. But the first thing is kind of just like cutting it off of those bad roots, and that's usually how we do it, is the way that I express myself through my thoughts, my feelings, and my actions. If I start to express myself properly in those three domains, ultimately that's going to bring back the willpower and start to kind of recalibrate it and bring it back to where it's supposed to be, kind of cleanse it from the contamination that I've put onto it. So that's really the goal, is to be able to have that will, to have that spiritual alchemy, to make my will back to its pure form and not have it, chasing superficial, egotistic, silly pleasures. This might be a little out of left field, but I think it's so powerful and it just really resonated really hard. There's a holy tzaddik rabbi in Israel, in Rishon LeZion, which is actually where my family lives, and apparently he's a very, very big light, and it's being told over by rabbis that I know are huge lights. So if they're saying that this is this guy is probably can't even be called a guy anymore, but there's a video of him saying something that really resonated with me, that everyone in life takes credit for something. That a craftsman takes credit for his craft. A carpenter takes pride in his carpentry. A artist takes pride in his paintings, and so on and so on. But God, this infinite intelligence, this vast, exceeding time and space, loving, no words can describe, constantly articulating all of reality, orchestrating everything, creating everything, manufacturing everything, we would never know. There's so many people that just say that this is all random, or this or that, and it just sits there silently and allows us to live a life as though there is no creator, there is no orchestrator, there is no being that's making our hearts beat, that's giving us these opinions, that subjective, like a subjective awareness that we could even say, oh, it's just random, there is no creator, there is no nothing. We have bad mood. I have bad moods, I have doubts, I have all these things, I'm a victim so many times, and God's up there just allowing me to do all these things. He's not like, yo, come on, bro, really, dude? Are you seeing this right now? He's just, hush. Go along in your world. Go along in my world, he's thinking probably. So that's just something that I just wanted to just put out there, that there is God, there is this infinite intelligence, there is this creator, sustainer, loving being that supports every heartbeat, every blade of grass, every ant, every eagle, every giraffe, every wave, every grain of sand, every planetary orbit, everything constantly, perfectly orchestrated, sustained, navigated, and is so behind the scenes that so many of us question his existence at all. That level of humility is just unbelievable, and I felt it necessary to bring him into this world, to bring him into my world more, by at least making a quick video here. God bless, that we should all know God's name very, very soon, and that I should not forget it at any moment in my life.